Today we're turning grass into aquatic art.
Everyone rejects me, even in my best dreams. And I've come to realize I can see it in your eyes, you're out to get me.
Hey everybody, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today I'm in Far Hills, New Jersey. We've got a beautiful house behind us. This is actually an existing customer that we've built 2 water features for at his other house. Moved in here, he's like, you know what? I need the sound of water again. We've got a gorgeous home here, tons of windows. Everything looks out to this pool area. Pool was just redone. They're adding some really cool checkerboard limestone on that side. It's gonna mirror this side, and then behind that, about 6 feet off this patio, we're gonna be installing a fountainscape. I've marked out our reservoir. We're gonna put in a 500-gallon reservoir here. Now, some of the challenges. This yard actually slopes away from that patio, and we want this fountainscape to be about the same level as what the existing patio is. That means we've got to raise this up. That's going to involve us actually putting a retaining wall in back here to support our reservoir. Once that's in, we can go ahead and dig the reservoir. We got about a 14 by 7 foot excavation that's going to happen here, followed by 30 small aqua blocks, pump vault, getting ready for what we're going to put on top of it. We're going to be using 2 of the Aquascape large stacked slate urns, and then we've got 2 of the patio bowls we're going to incorporate into this, along with some boulder work, really creating a lot of interest in this space. So when you're looking out those windows or sitting on this patio, it's going to be a living, breathing work of art.
Everyone rejects me, living in a conspiracy. And I've come to realize I can see it in your eyes, you're out to get me. Yeah, I know you're out to get me. It's not as if I tricked you. You're not thinking you needed me to. And I see I lost the bet. There's nothing I regret. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I said, what is wrong with you? It's not as if I tricked you. Never did get your point of view. And I see I lost the bet. There's nothing I regret. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I said, what is wrong with you?
So we have our reservoir in with our retaining wall. We took this spot that was sloped away from the pool deck, and now we've built this up. So the retaining wall is important because now it gives us a nice level area. This is actually about 3 inches higher than the pool deck. There'll be planting that goes in behind the fountainscape when it's all finished. We're gonna actually flank the ends of this with some boulders. So we'll probably come in here, we're gonna set a boulder down in front of the wall and kind of make it so that it gets buried in behind the rock work. We might even pull some blocks out and drop a rock in and cut some of the block to meet the rock, so it gives it a nice seamless transition up into the boulders. And we'll do the same thing over here on the right side. This is what our 500-gallon reservoir looks like. We've got a pump vault over here. That's going to house the pump that's going to run the whole fountainscape. We set the top of these blocks about 8 inches lower than the pool deck. Now the reason we did that is we're going to take some of these nice big flat boulders, set them on top, and when it's finished, this will end up being maybe a couple inches higher than the pool deck. So it'll give it a really nice look in front of the fountainscape. And then out in this grass area here, the landscaper is going to install this checkerboard limestone down in front. So it's going to give it a really nice look from the pool deck to this, to then the fountainscape over on that side. So what we've got here is 2 of the large stacked slate urns from Aquascape and 2 of the large 40-inch patio bowls. We're playing with some arrangement right now to see what we like. I like these 2 bowls over here. We're going to elevate that one in the back, have it spilling into here, and then I'll cut 2 slots to have it kind of spill out one side and the other. And then the urns, we're putting the large full piece in the backside, giving us the most height at the back of the feature. Then we're taking this one, we took the lower section off of it, dropped it down lower to just give us some dimension, and we're going to turn this into its own water feature. You guys might have seen some of the stuff we do with these lower sections where we actually cut a bunch of slots in it, and it falls out in these really nice ribbons of water all the way around. It'll probably take that like maybe 3/4 way around it. Maybe put a couple rocks in there, allow for some aquatic planting. Then we're gonna fit a bunch of our boulders in and around this to complete that. Like I mentioned before, my favorite part about using these fountainscape pieces is we can get that vertical element with the water coming out without having to build a gigantic berm like you would for a waterfall. And I think it's really gonna fit this environment because we've got a really nice, like clean, finished landscape here with the pool house. Beautiful big house behind us. We've got this pool here. I think this is gonna be an addition. It's not gonna be something that's gonna take away from the rest of the space, but it's gonna add to the ambiance. Got a chilly one today. I wanted to show you guys some of the techniques we're using to install these. We've got our bowls set up here. We wanted to get some elevation, so underneath them we're using aqua blocks, sections of aqua blocks. That's a small and that's a large. That's giving us the elevation that we need, and then we'll go ahead and do some rock work in front to disguise that, followed by backfilling all this with gravel. See all these pipes down here? That's all the stuff that's going to be feeding from the pump up into the bowl. This one's got a pipe coming up through there. That's going to feed water to this guy, and then it'll spill into here. We'll cut another hole there, it'll spill over that way. One of the things that we do is make sure we're ready for winter. So we get freezing here in North Jersey. We're gonna take a section of 2-inch pipe. It's gonna go right down to the bottom of the bowl. We'll actually cut some slots in it. We'll cut a slot here and a slot on this side. We'll run that right up to the top where our gravel is gonna be. This way we could stick a vacuum inside there, suck all the water out of here before this gets covered up for the winter. The top of this urn, we've got a 2-inch pipe that feeds all the way up through here. Right now we've got some gravel just kind of holding things in place while the foam sets up. This is a light that we actually drill in and countersink. The reason we do that is when the column of water comes out of the top of this thing, so it's gonna be up about maybe this high, maybe 4 to 6 inches. This light will then illuminate that column of water, and it's gonna look really fantastic with that lit column of water coming out the top and then cascading down the sides of the urn. We've got the same thing going up in that one. This lower section of urn, we actually brought our plumbing up in it. We filled it with gravel around the plumbing, and then we put a bib liner in. So what you're seeing now is the finished product, but we actually put a liner underneath it that's gonna hold the pool of water so it'll fill up slowly through there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut all the slots for this ribbon raining down waterfall. Our retaining wall is really looking great. We've got the boulders here that are flanking on the left side, and we're starting to finish up the right side. So that'll kind of mirror on both sides. Then we're gonna fill all this up with soil in here, probably about as high as the vault right there. So we'll have soil all in here. This will all be room for landscape planting. Same thing over on that right side. So you can imagine when it's finished, we'll have some nice planting areas over here. There's spots to plant back behind it, and then the same over on here, followed by that checkerboard limestone in front of the entire feature. This is a 3-day project. We're almost at the end of day 2. One more day, this will be running. Stick around. I've got one word for this fountainscape: classy. It fits this environment perfectly. We've got a really formal looking pool house, gorgeous house. I didn't want anything that was gonna be overstated and take away from anything else here. This fit the bill. The homeowner did a fantastic job finishing off the areas with this checkerboard pattern of bluestone and grass. That limestone patio coming right up against it. This is just a beautiful accent garden piece. There's no way I would put like a pool waterfall or something right up against this pool, because it would just take away from the cleanness of all the lines here. this particular fountainscape, we installed a 600-gallon reservoir. We're running one 9PL pump, which pushes around 7,000 gallons an hour. We're splitting all that water into all these different pieces. We've got two of the large stack slate urns. The lower section of one of the urns we took and custom cut it to have that raining dress of water spilling out of there like piano strings. It just looks absolutely gorgeous. Then on the right side, we've got two of the 40-inch patio bowls. The color of these is dark green slate. I'm a big fan of this color. It goes so well with natural stone. And then just taking those notches just about 2.5 to 3 inches wide, just a clean ribbon of water falling out of there, looks very classy. I love the way this top one actually falls into the bowl. Just having this small opening here, only about 2 inches wide, allows for that clean ribbon of water where it's spilling down to this lower bowl. We left the gravel down, so there's about 4 inches of water in here. And when it hits that deep water, you can see it just turning, creating those beautiful air bubbles in there, surrounded by this water garlic. We've got some hyacinth out in the front. Now, hyacinth we can use here in northern New Jersey because they do die off. In some states they're invasive, so I understand if you can't use hyacinth, you could use another plant instead. Up top, we've got some water dock and a calla lily as well. These have lights in them, so at nighttime, it highlights the actual water in the bowl, plus you see that beautiful column of water. We've got a second one coming out the top over there, and then it feeds off into the bottom as well. This is a scenario where everything was sloping away from the house, so we came in and installed a retaining wall to actually build this entire bed up. That wall is about 3+ feet high. Then we were able to build our reservoir in front and create this beautiful fountainscape. What do you guys think about fountainscapes? I think this is a great addition to the side, especially a pool area where you've got a really nice garden area that you want to accent with some flowing water. It allows you to get that vertical element without having to build a humongous waterfall off the side of the yard. Hope you guys enjoyed this fun build. Hit that subscribe button, share this with your friends and family. I'd love for more people to be here to enjoy what we're doing each and every week here at Atlantis Water Gardens, building beautiful water features and showing you how we do it. See you on the next one.